Hello, everybody. Welcome to Silicon Valley Story. I'm Diana Dane, and today this story is about a greater than pandemic, hope, passion, and community by EM Collective, and they are the second prize winner from in time of COVID-19 video contest. And today with us is David Nguyen. David, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, David, this video is really very creative and also very touching. Thank you for the wonderful job, and thanks for your organization for did this for us. It's very inspiring. So when I was reading the essay you wrote there, I really liked what you said. You know, during this COVID-19, and some people focus on the different things, but when your video and you delivered a very strong information that when we are together, when we are pushed to isolations, and the only measurement of the success is the forms of economic, we are no longer human being. So in your mind, what is a good human being?
I think for me, I think being able to serve one another and be there for each other, especially during a time like this. You know, we're all kind of in isolation, but we're given a new opportunity, right? Instead of kind of just staying home and going through it alone, we're able to go through it together. And it is when we kind of reach out and we offer ourselves to serve one another, either whether that's like through the community or serving at food banks or just being there for for one another, checking up on each other through times like these is when we're able to kind of push through and kind of inspire each other that there's hope, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. And it's tough if we do things alone, but if we do things together, we'll be able to go far.
Thank you, thank you. And in your video, and we see tremendous of pictures and clips, and so many people get involved. Seems like you guys did a lot of things for community, right?
Yeah, it was really cool. I think going to start and creating the video, it's like I was able to reach out, and I think one of the things that gave me a lot of hope, especially during this pandemic, is just seeing other people reach out and do things for one another. That's what gave me hope and inspired me to create something like this. It's like in the beginning, people were creating masks, and I see a bunch of my friends going out to serve at food banks, and just coming together. And I wanted to kind of put together a story to inspire others and give each other hope. I think it's something we need in a time like this. So decided to kind of reach out to all the people I know that have been doing something, and kind of compile all that together and kind of put it all together, so then others can see that and be inspired by it, and kind of see the hope and see the goodness in the communities, as far as in the local community at least.
Thank you. It really inspired many of us, and not only me and our judges, but many of our audience, and also our next generation Asian American. So today we have some younger, Asian American young leaders, I would call them, and they're here to join this show. I would have them introduce themselves and ask a question. Okay, Harold, you're the first.
Hello, my name is Harold Wang. I'm an eighth grader at Miller Middle School, and yeah, it's nice to meet you, David.
Nice to meet you too.
So Harold, what's your question?
Well, my question is, David, I saw in your video, it's a very nice video. I saw that someone was making some face masks with a sewing machine. Did you make any of these masks yourselves, and did you think it was fun, or did you know someone who thought it was fun?
Personally, I did not make any masks, but one of my close friends, she was the one that's in the video, and she's part of the Collective too. And yeah, she came out and she started making masks for other people, and I think she said it was a great opportunity to serve others, and it was heartwarming for them to be able to not only her but to be able to get together with other people and spend all this time to create something, so then to donate to either essential workers or frontline workers that are currently in need of these supplies, especially in the pandemic.
That's very admirable. You're helping us all out by, you know, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Heron. So Chris, and yes.
Hi, I'm Chris Liu. I'm 14 and I'm a freshman at Homestead High School in Sunnyvale. Hi, David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so I have a question. So throughout like the process of filming this video, did any of your views or ideas change about COVID-19?
I think towards the end of creation of the video, I think for me it was really heartwarming to see the whole video come together. And I think coming into making the video, I was trying to find content and seeing what to put in the video. Of course, going out to like San Francisco and to get some of the videos, you can kind of see that there's really nothing going on. The streets are empty. So I think coming into the video, like creating, getting the content, I was like, oh my gosh, like going to the streets, like you get that eerie feeling of a pandemic, because it's different when you're at home and you watch things on TV, but when you're actually in the city where on a normal day it's really busy. And I was walking through San Francisco and it's just so empty and it's quiet, and it kind of made the pandemic feel more real. So but then I think towards the end of the video, after seeing all the people submit their pictures, saying thank you to essential workers, and seeing all the light from the pandemic, I was given hope from just seeing the video. So I think it changed from having a little fear and uncertainty while creating the video and getting the footage, but like towards the end of finishing the finally finishing the video and seeing it come together, it gave me hope, despite everything that's going on. So yes, I think things that it did change throughout the process, but it was a positive thing towards the end.
That's pretty
Thank
cool.
you.
That's
Thank
a
you.
pretty interesting viewpoint and perspective.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, David. And so Alan, and yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, my name is Ellen Zhang. I am a freshman at Southwest High School in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And so I was personally very inspired by your essay, particularly. There was one line where it said, we are taught to value human lives as contributions to dollar signs. And so I thought this was a very insightful comment. And I would like to know your opinion on after the pandemic, do you think that this view will be able to change given all of the disastrous effects that have come as a consequence of this view?
I think so. I think the pandemic has given us an opportunity to kind of realize what's essential. And I think that's like human interaction, right? Being there for one another and supporting each other. And we're given that opportunity through the whole pandemic. We learned that there are more important things in life, right? Just by being at home and kind of sheltering in place, we can kind of see what's important in our lives. And I think we can all agree that one of the things that's important, or a few things that are important, are friends and family, right? Because those are the things that's closest to us. Everything else it comes as secondary. So we're given the opportunity to kind of embrace the things that are important to us that maybe we haven't realized before, pre-pandemic, right? Because we might have been just caught up and busy. everyone's busy, and that's when we kind of forget to realize what's essential. So I think, hopefully the pandemic ends very soon. I think a lot of us has learned a lot from this pandemic, and we're able to use what we learned in the pandemic and kind of apply that, when this is all done, and we're able to learn to be there more for one another post pandemic.
Thank you, David. Thank you. It's the same when this pandemic started, and because we are also media. When I sitting there saying what I can do, what I can do for our community, and we noticed that small business, they get support from government, and our essential workers, and they got all the attentions. But for content creators like you and me, so many of our others, and they create a tremendous of content, uplifting content, and inspiring people, encouraging people, but they couldn't get support, and they are not recognized. That's why we started this in time of COVID-19 video contest, and we want to provide a platform and also recognize our great content creators like you and many others. So thank you so much for the wonderful job, and really inspired by that. We got our students here joining you together. So I want to ask you Harold, you have another question you want to ask David?
Sure. So, I'm sorry. So overall, this EM thing, how much do you think that you have done? How much have you given to the hospitals and everybody else that you've helped? And what are some of like the most heartwarming things that people have said to you?
Oh, as far as what we've done in the midst of the pandemic?
Yeah.
I think the most powerful thing is people thanking one another. As far as I think, especially how hard the frontline workers and essential workers are all the hard work they've been putting in, especially they have to be on the front line. So I think one of the most powerful things that was in the video is people thanking them, because sometimes they don't get the I guess we don't thank them enough, right, for what they do. So I think through just by seeing people show gratitude, I think that was the most important, one of the most powerful things is being able to show that.
David, I saw so many people in your video. Have you showed to those people what their feedback for your video?
I think everyone that did see the video, that they were really touched, and I was really inspired by the receptivity on the people that were watching, and it really warmed my heart and inspired me so much just to see how much people are willing to give. If sometimes it just requires for you to ask. And one of the examples that I put into the video is I wanted to thank frontline workers, and how do I do that? Then I tried asking my community to just submit a video or a picture saying thank you, and the amount of support that I received, it was really powerful. Just seeing how we're all able to come together to thank those that are working so hard.
Yes, thank you, and they know that you are the winner, right?
Yeah. So so I was definitely really excited when I heard the news.
Yes, great.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. So Chris, do you have a follow-up question?
Oh yeah, so you mentioned that some of your friends are volunteering at soup kitchens and making masks. Are there any specific actions that you've been taking?
Yeah, so some those friends that I did find out that were volunteering at food banks actually reached out, and I went out there, and we distributed food to those who are in need. And I was inspired by that too, and it just really showed me what it really means to serve and be there for your community. And you always come out of it feeling really humbled from what you do, and you end up receiving more than you give.
Thank you, and we received more from your video too. So Alan, what's your follow-up question?
I would like to hear your advice on how to avoid feeling helpless in these times, especially since you can't do a lot of the things that you used to or see the people that you had been able to see before.
Thank you for asking that. That's a great question. I think one important thing to do is to reach out. Nowadays there's so much technology. There's Zoom. You can call, but reach out to your friends, to your family, to your peers or your leaders, or people you work with. And I think, at least from personal experience, I think community is an important part. So if you're able to find any communities that you're able to join, it really helps you give hope, because one of the things you're able to do is you're able to come together, and you get to realize that we're all kind of struggling together. We're not really facing this on our own, but it's not until you share that is when you're able to kind of empathize with each other, and you're able to push through, because others are suffering the same. But it's not until you share that experience is when you're able to get a lot more hope, to kind of push through all of it.
Thank you, David.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Alan, you got another question? No? Okay. So David, yeah, this is actually submitted by a organization called EM Collective, right? Can you give us a brief introduction for this organization?
Sure. Yeah. So we're a collective, and we focus on media creation and events. We surround it around Asian culture. So if you go on our platform, or like our YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, we have a lot of videos focusing or surrounding like foods, arts, and traditions. And we also try to do videos kind of illuminating our rich history as far as like Asian culture. So yeah, we have a lot of content out there, and we're hoping to, during a time like this, it's hard to have events, but we're hoping, once things open up and, when it's safe again, we're able to have more events. But for now, we're focusing a lot more on videos and our social media platforms.
Yeah, we are doing something similar, and we have a event venue in Santa Clara. So hope that in the future we can work together.
Yeah, we would love that.
Great. So actually, when I watch a video, I think it's very creative to start with the texting message. That's really creative. So where does that idea come from?
So I watch a lot of YouTube, and I follow a lot of filmmakers and people that are really good at making films. And when you watch a bunch of videos, you kind of find little bits you like, and you find things that you get inspired by. So I was like, maybe we should start this video off with something that's more personal. Instead of throwing in text right away, we want it to be personal between a person and person, with what's going on. Especially now, we're not able to meet each other in person, or not able to gather in groups. So obviously, the only thing we can do is kind of communicate with our devices. So I want to kind of bring that to life, to show really what's going on in our lives. And I think we can all agree that, we've been texting, our friends and family. So that's the reason why, I know everyone's kind of able to connect with that, because I think we all kind of text each other to see like what's going on, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to start the video.
Very good way. It really connect with, engage with your audience, and also in a very short 1 minute, you delivered lots of information, but in a very smooth way. So before we take off, and we're gonna play this video, and so let's watch this together. It's very inspiring and very touching. So let's watch this together. You see that?
I don't see anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. Sorry, yeah, I thought I shared, but I didn't. Okay, let's do that again. And, So let's sit back and watch this. Very inspiring. I really enjoyed watching that. I watched several times. I probably more than 5 or 6 times. So let's watch this again. Thank you. Thank you so much, David. Before we take off, actually, I want our young reporter to share what you learn and what you like. Harold, you want to be the one?
So today I learned that, well, it's really important to help out your community. It makes everybody feel better, and it'll make you feel better too, especially in a time of crisis. It becomes especially important. Yeah, it was definitely a pleasure meeting you. You're a hero.
Thank you, Harold. Chris?
I learned that our community will always come together in like these really tough times. And then while like in normal times we might seem divided, but when there's like something facing all of us, we'll come together and face it together. I really enjoyed watching your video too. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Alan?
Today I learned that, adding on to what Chris said, that people come together with compassion and empathy for each other, and we all do the best that we can. And I really liked showing that humanity in all of us.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you. You know, I have learned not only from the video from David, but also from our next generation Asian American. It's so inspiring. And thank you so much, David, for the great work. And you know, take your time and create this inspiring, wonderful video, and also share your story. Thank you so much, and also thanks to the EM Collective, and thanks to all the people who showed in your video, and thanks to our younger generation reporters, and thanks to Sandy, and thanks to our partners. Oh, by the way, actually, you know, we are working together with Lingolet, and they're going to generate what we've been talking today to the words, English words, and translate into Chinese right away. So we got Mark with us. So thanks, Mark, for all the work, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity.
Thank you.